Hi guys, in this video we're going to talk about indirect measurement. So basically still same process of setting up a proportion and finding the corresponding sides. So if you look here, we are missing D that corresponds to 3, okay? And then if you see this smaller triangle, oh, it's very thick, sorry, here let me clean that up a little bit. This smaller triangle is proportional to this bigger triangle. Okay, so D and 3 are corresponding, and then 4 and 8 are corresponding because 8's all the way across. So you're going to set up your proportion. I'm going to do triangle to triangle. There's a few different ways you can set up the equation that'll get you the same answer. So D over 8 equals 3 over 4. So see how I did the big triangle to the little triangle? I did the left side to the bottom, cross multiply, divide. So 3 times 8 divided by 4. So D equals 6 meters. So if you set your equation up, D over 3, so left to left, equals 4 to 8. Nope, 8 to 4, because you got to do big triangle to little triangle. You would still get the same answer. Also, if you flip them, so if you did 8 to D equals 4 to 3, that would be fine. Or if you did 3 to D equals 4 to 8. Any of these equations would work because remember corresponding. So the tops need to correspond and then the left and the right need to correspond. Okay. So here, the only difference is you need to find this length all the way across because you see this is proportional to this triangle. So 8 and N, and then 3 to the whole length all the way across, that's going to be 6. So I'm going to do 8 to 6, big to big, equals N to 3, little to little, and then also the up and down or vertical are going across from each other as well. So it's 8 times 3 divided by 6, and the answer is 4 feet. Again, if you set your proportion up a little bit differently and still got 4, you're good. Okay, let's look at our corresponding 6 and K, 4 and 4, and then the whole length across is going to be 8. So 6 over K equals 8 over 4. 6 times 4 is 24 divided by 8. K equals 3. Why don't you try this one on your own and then come back and check it. So what I would do is 6 to Y, and then 10 to 5, 6 times 5 divided by 10, Y equals 3. So these ones are a little bit harder. Same process though. See the little triangle is here, and then the big triangle is here, okay? So it says a tree is 20 feet tall directly behind a 4-foot post. That's the 4 foot. If the fence post shadow is 7 feet, how far is the tree from the fence post? So what we're trying to find is this length here. But we first need to find this length here for the shadow, the whole thing all the way across. So let's set up our corresponding proportion. So 20 over X, 20 to the missing, equals 4 to 7. So the height to the shadow, the height to the shadow. So then 20 times 7 divided by 4 gets me 35. So the whole length all the way across is 35. But that's not the question. The question is, what's the length from the fence to the tree? So we're going to subtract this 7 length that's here. Remember that's 7. So the leftover is going to be 28 feet. Okay, similar. So the height of the skyscraper is 525. Cast a shadow. That's the same as the flagpole, blah, blah, blah. So we're looking for the flagpole height, okay? So we have the 68 feet for the shadow. We need to find the length all the way across. That's what a lot of people mess this one up. The skyscraper shadow is not 632. It's all the way across. So 632 plus 68 gets me 700. So the length all the way across is 700. So 525, the height to the shadow, and then the height to the shadow. So cross multiply, divide, 525 times 68 divided by 700 gives me 51 feet. So Alan is 77 inches tall. So I'm going to draw Alan. He is 77 inches tall. He casts a shadow that is 14 feet. His dad casts a shadow that is 12 feet. Okay, so this is the dad. So this is A and this is D. And we want to know his height. Okay, but before we can do that, we need to convert the feet to inches because let's get it all the same. So remember that 12 inches equals 1 foot. Okay, so 14 times 12 gives me 168 inches. 12 times 12 is 144 inches. So let's set up our proportion. So 77 over 168 equals x over 144. 144 times 77 divided by 168. X is 66. But the question is, how much shorter is Alan's dad than Alan? So 77 minus 66 is 11 inches shorter. Okay, try the next ones and then come back and watch the video. So again, corresponding, so I'm going to do D to the total. So I'm going to do 320 plus 162. Gets me 482 equals 40 over 320. 40 times 482 divided by 320. All right, D equals 60.25 meters. So I'm going to do 100, the little one, to 240, the little one. Then the whole length is 250 to x. 240 times 250. Oh, I can't get that zero. 240 times 250, I got the zero, divided by 100. X equals 600 meters. Okay, little, so 6 to 4. Big to big is x to 8. Remember, you got to combine those two. 6 times 8 divided by 4 gets x equals 12 miles. Thanks.